roughly 231 million shares in issue. Share closed last night at about R2.23, giving us a market cap just in excess of 500 million rand. The highlights of our results make mention of the fact that revenue is up by 15%, earnings per share up by 18%, headline earnings per share from continuing operations up 13%, NTAV, net tangible asset value, up 19%. The dividend remains unchanged at 4.5 cents per share. We've made note or re-emphasized the fact that we've made an acquisition of a company known as United Bulk and Drive Report. These, by the way, were successfully concluded post the interim period. They were finalized in December and January. The sum total, and we make the point of the acquisition, is that it has reduced our dependence on the auto logistics businesses, and also in the highlights they make mention once again of our intention to move to the JSE main board. The 6-month period that we spoke about shows a revenue of just on 500 million rand, an operating profit of 51 million rand, an operating profit margin of 10.2%, and a net profit after tax of 41.3%. We're very happy with this business and the results, and there's 2 points I think that need to be made around them. And the first one is that it's for the 3rd year that we've grown organically, and we were affected by a general industry-wide labour unrest in the end of September and October, which took a substantial chunk out of our earnings right throughout the whole group. So notwithstanding that, we managed to show some pretty vigorous results and some substantial growth on last year. The 2 acquisitions that we've made, which we've made an announcement of, are purposefully chosen according to the criteria that we set ourselves. We, as a business, look to operate in very well-defined niches that have comparatively high barriers to entry. We look to dominate as far as possible the markets that we operate in, thus protecting our margins and enhancing our cash flow. So that kind of idea applies to the existing businesses, and certainly we use those criteria in terms of making acquisitions, and that does in fact apply to United Bulk and to Drive Report. United Bulk is a business that moves liquid bulk. It's a national player. It's the biggest acquisition that we've made to date. It offers great potential. It also fits in with our model in the sense that we're looking for entrepreneurs that have started the business to stay on board, and in fact that's exactly the model that's happened here. We've bought 60% of the business. The original entrepreneur stays on board. We provide him with a platform that he can lift up the business onto a next level, and jointly we can grow that business substantially. And we certainly see that potential as we go forward. And in fact, I'm also happy to say that the way in which we've integrated this business has been pretty much seamless. We're delighted with the way in fact it's gone. And the same applies to Drive Report. The original entrepreneur is still involved, although we've bought a minority shareholding with a view to clawing our way up in due course. A business which is in the early stages of its life cycle, vigorous growth, huge potential in the marketplace. It relates to management of one's drivers, which is a bit of a Cinderella aspect of the logistics industry at this time, and this gives us a huge opportunity to make a difference in this particular market. So we're very satisfied with those 2 major acquisitions. A smaller acquisition was also made by us and announced in our results, and that is for a company called QSA, which is a specific accounting program software package which is written specifically for the transport industry. As far as we're aware, the only one that exists and is marketed in South Africa. So we're happy with our results. We have a fantastic management team on board. I know that every self-respecting CEO would make that point, but we really believe that is the case. We believe that we have a very strong enabling culture, which helps us reach our goals, and as I mentioned, is very entrepreneurially orientated. Entrepreneurs, of course, see things that other people don't see, and what's more important is that they make those things happen. And they're very, very rare individuals, and we look after them particularly well, and that model has served us well in the past, and we believe it's going to serve us well as we go forward. So we look forward to the future with great excitement.